Thank you. Thank you.
Chris, like I said before, huge career already, actor, best-selling author, amazing podcast.
Gold record.
Gold record.
Thank you.
Working with Kevin Smith and doing Kilgore's here and Jay and Silent Bob reboot. What kind of drove you to want to go into graphic novels now and do it as a blockchain sense? Was it kind of like seeing Kevin Smith going with it with Kilgore and deciding, hey, I can do that too? Or
Well, basically, the first movie I did with Kevin Smith was Kilroy was here. It's a horror anthology, and we did it about a year and a half before the pandemic. And then Kevin decided to release it as the first ever full-length feature film NFT. And I remember when I first was told about NFT, non-fungible token. Fungible, I thought it was some kind of a mushroom or something, like a fungus. What is this? And what I learned is that if you don't know what an NFT is, you're like, what is this? If you do know what it is, there's a huge community that is very invested. And to me, it's almost like when we first started streaming. You know, you had the DVD and you had the Blu-ray and you had your CD and your album, and then suddenly everything switches to streaming. And I think people at first were kind of like, what is this? It's like, I remember 8-tracks went to cassettes and then it went to vinyl, and I said, well, I'm not doing this. It's the evolving media. So I really took interest in it and then released a couple Painmaker NFTs that sold very quickly. And then that's when kind of this whole graphic novel, an NFT graphic novel. Now, the difference is a graphic novel is something you hold and read. An NFT graphic novel, it's changing and moving. It's almost like reading a movie. Mm-hmm. You know, as you read this graphic novel, it's 3D. It's got stuff going on, and it's very much a modern version of what a graphic novel is. And that's kind of what really appealed to me. Well, let's stay ahead of the curve and ride the wave. It's like when I started talking to Jericho, no one really knew what a podcast was. I remember Ozzy turned it down. He's like, no, Ozzy just likes to do regional radio interviews. I'm like, it's not the same thing. People didn't realize at first what it was. And that's why Talk is Jericho now, almost 10 years later, is one of the biggest podcasts in the world that now has over 2 million podcasts. Think about that, 2 million podcasts. And mine is top 200 because I was able to get in early and build up a fan base. So when people thought of podcasts, they came to me. Same thing with NFTs. Same thing with the Painmaker universe that we're doing it in the blockchain. It's going to continue to grow and build. And like I said, I want to stay ahead of the curve rather than I like a graphic novel that you can hold and read. So do I. But, all the people involved in NFTs don't. And to me, that's exciting. So that's why I wanted to delve into it and start now rather than, 5-10 years when everybody's doing it. If I start now, people will associate NFTs with Chris Jericho. And there's pushback and people that don't understand it, but they will.
Well, kind of a follow-up too with as being a comic book fan, a lot of us are elitists and we like that physical book in our hand.
I agree.
Is there any talk of releasing Painmaker physically?
There is, yeah. And like you said, it's the same reason as our new Fozzy record Boombox. We released it on CD. We'll release it on vinyl because there's still people that like having that physical copy. Hey, it's also great to sign. People love getting those signed at shows or at autograph signings or whatever. I get it. Believe me, I get it, man. I still buy every Iron Maiden album because I have vinyl of every Maiden vinyl in my collection. So I understand that. So yeah, I think having the full graphic novel as something you can actually hold and read that way is definitely in the pipeline as well. It's not as cool as the other one because the other one moves and forms and shifts and evolves. But there is a place for the actual physical piece as well.
Who is the artist?
Well, so I'm working with Semcor, which is the same company. So all this started through, they produced Kilroy Was Here with Kevin Smith. And funny, because Kilroy just got released a couple weeks ago. Once again, it's the first ever NFT movie. And I think they had 5,500 tickets, which is the ticket you bought. And they sold out instantly. I couldn't even buy one. I can't even buy my own movie. Still haven't seen it. So that just shows the demand for it. So Semcor is the team that did the Painmaker NFTs, which were 20-second clips of the initial idea of the Painmaker when he saw this. I said, well, have him get attacked by some kind of half spider, half scorpion. And when he gets attacked, that's when the Painmaker spikes come out and fire comes out of his eyes. And that's where I was like, this is really cool. What if this half spider, half scorpion was some kind of intergalactic serial killer that the Painmaker has to kill because he's an intergalactic serial killer assassin. So we kind of, let the story lead you. So there's a team of artists at Semcor who do this. It's not like, it's just showing my age. It's not Marv Wolf or Neil Adams or somebody like that. It's not my comic book artist.
I used to be Mark's assistant.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was a huge Teen Titans fan.
Yeah.
The new Teen Titans.
He's
But
the
there is.
best boss ever.
Oh, cool. There you go. But there's a whole team working on it. They came up with some great stuff. And now that we're all kind of forming this and working on it together, they'll send me pages of art. But the pages, like I said, are moving and shifting and sculpting. And we're definitely all on the same, no pun intended, page of what we want to do with this and how we want to continue to build it. It's very cool for me. I've never delved into that world before, but it's right here. That's why, being here is perfect for this.
Now, welcome to Comic-Con.
Thank you. Exactly.
You're in our
You're in our world, but it's my old world too. I was a huge comic book fan when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. Then I dropped out, but I still have them all bagged and boarded in the filing cabinet, and keep the right temperature and everything like that. But yeah, I was very much in the Teen Titans, Batman, Vigilante was one I loved. I loved G.I. Joe. So yeah, that was kind of the early '80s was my time for comic books.